Welcome back, nerds, to another episode of Judging Nerd Culture. I'm Ollie.
And I'm Jess.
And today we're talking about Lightyear. So, one, it's nice to be back. We took a bit of a break because we did. Sometimes there's no reason, you just do it. So, going into this, I was not, just getting expectations out there, not expecting to like this movie. I mostly was going to go watch it because I wanted to go see a movie so that I could eat popcorn and be in a movie theater.
Yeah, when I saw the trailer the very first time, I was like, really? Do we have to do this? Then again, I have never in my life been a huge Toy Story fan.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like it enough, but I remember when the other Toy Story movies came out, people were so excited, they cried, it was a big deal, and I was like, I might see it if I go to someone's house and they play it, but I'm not going to seek it out, you know? So seeing Lightyear, I was not expecting a lot. The trailer looks very mature and fancy, I guess. There's a few scenes that I was like, well, that just looks like Star Wars. But yeah, I wasn't expecting a lot, even though it looked kind of fancy. Because I know a lot of times, at least lately, production companies like to take a movie or a show, or a thing in general, that has been, I don't know, loved for a very long time and remake it into a big spectacle of a movie or reboot it into a TV show, and then it's mediocre or sad or just not great.
Yeah.
But it was unexpectedly good.
It really was. The thing that got me was that in none of the marketing for this movie, well, at any point did it seem like it was made for children, which was weird.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Pixar Disney movie.
Disney, I think.
I think it's both now.
I think it's both now. Disney owns everything. Disney is God.
Woo!
They're almost there.
They're getting there.
They're getting there. They're climbing that mountain.
But the marketing seemed like it was avoiding making it seem like it was for kids, and it obviously was. It still had a very family-friendly style and story.
Family-friendly? There is a half-second gay kiss.
So I know that...
Do I want my children, my future potential children, to watch Buzz Lightyear have a friend who's a lesbian who kisses her wife?
That does really put them in the mindset of a typical two-person love relationship, which I think is pretty...
That's disgusting.
That's pretty standard and lame. We can move on beyond that. We can evolve beyond
When my child gets married, I want them to put up posters in their man cave about how much their wife annoys them. And I want...
See, we're going into different directions. You're going you want them to be conservative. I'm saying they should have 6 husbands and 3 wives.
I want them to have live, laugh, love on their wall.
Oh, God, no. We were offended for opposite reasons, I guess.
And about how they like drinking wine at 9 a.m. because they have children.
God. Some people just... If you don't want children, just don't have children.
But it's funny, Ollie.
I know. Oh, God. We saw a woman
It's wine o'clock.
We saw a woman today with 2 mom life bumper stickers. Yeah. 2 of them.
When you become a parent, you morph. It's like a sad magical girl transformation. And when you become a parent, you morph into this thing that looks like you. But it's not really.
We have friends who are parents. They're going to be so... Yeah, they don't watch this.
Even if they did, they would understand. When you become a parent, you do kind of become someone new. You take that next step. And you have to change a lot of stuff about yourself and about your lifestyle until your child leaves, and then you can get back to doing the things that you know, could do when you were independent. Mm-hmm. If your child leaves. Anyway, Lightyear.
Yes. I know that this was banned in a couple countries because of the split-second gay kiss. I did not notice the kiss. I missed it. Literally, I think I looked down at the popcorn for a moment to see, because I was dropping some, and then looked up and it was gone.
Here's the thing. In the movie, she talks about her wife, or getting married, and then she says she wouldn't have met her if, this hadn't all happened. And at that point, I was not looking away from the screen. I wanted to see that lesbian gay kiss. I wanted to see it. I thought there was going to be more preamble. It happened so fast. It's because in real life, you just come home and you kiss your partner, and that's that. Sure, and it's like some sort of, like, their 40th anniversary or something. So, like, she comes home, kisses her partner, and then just greets her grandchild. Like, that's a normal casual thing. There doesn't have to be any, lead up to it.
No, I agree with you. But here's the thing. They also condensed the entirety of the gay into, like, 3 minutes.
That is true. Because
they immediately kill her.
Yeah, well, spoilers. She shows up, says, "Hey, I'm married. Look at my wife. A little peck on the cheek. And then, see you later, Buzz, on another mission. You come back, I'm dead." Like, that's how it went. It was very quick.
It really was.
In like 10 minutes, she was there and gone.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
at least
for the audience, that's the same experience that Buzz Lightyear had.
Yeah. At least she didn't have like a sad death. Well, like a tragic. There we go. A tragic death. She lived her whole fucking life. Had grandkids. It wasn't
like a horrible alien death.
She didn't get the usual gay death.
Yes. It was a very sweet and heartwarming and confusing that I was about to cry.
Yeah. Like, almost cried at a Buzz Lightyear movie. Fuck that. I did not. That is what tells me that this was a good movie despite everything. Because I did feel emotions for Buzz Lightyear. I can't get over that. Buzz Lightyear.
I think it helped that it was Chris Evans
and not
Tim Allen.
I can agree with that.
Nothing against Tim Allen, but
plenty against Tim Allen.
I don't think I have a lot of emotions for Tim Allen.
I have one emotion for Tim Allen. That's apathy.
What's that stupid show he used to have, like Home Improvement or something?
Yeah, there's no way he isn't like a weirdo conservative, right? Like that's his brand, pretty much.
I don't know.
He's the builder dad.
He's the carpenter dad with the show.
With the show.
He had a carpenting show. So was he an actual carpenter, or was it just for the show on HGTV?
Who knows? Listen, I'm not gonna look up to see if Tim Allen's a bad person because I can just assume, who cares? But like, I'm assuming that he's his character a little bit, and that guy is just kind of.
Do you think Buzz Lightyear himself, from the original Toy Story, do you think he's conservative?
I think the original Buzz Lightyear votes Republican 90% of the time.
Every time. Here's a real question. What does Woody do? Oh, is he an independent? Or he's like a Ron Swanson?
He votes independent, but he never actually votes.
Also, he's kind of gay.
Woody?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
he just seems... Bi wife energy. There we go. Because there's no way that cowgirl is straight.
Oh no, that's not his girlfriend. His girlfriend's the Bo Peep.
Oh yeah, Bo Peep. She's a lesbian.
Lesbian wife energy.
So who's Jessie? Do they just find her? Is she like his cousin?
I think she's his cousin. Yeah, I think one of those magic cousins that people have.
Weird. She's definitely gay.
Oh, yeah.
She's too blush. Unless she's, there are people out there who are tomboys and straight.
Sure, but she
Sure.
isn't.
Like unicorns. They
exist.
once in a while, you'll find some.
Anyways, so let's talk about Buzz. Let's talk about Lightyear specifically.
Yeah.
First of all, before we get into like the actual breakdown and review, how did you like the framing of this movie being the movie that Little Boy Blue, whatever the fuck that kid's name is, Andy, that Andy saw, which made him want to buy a Buzz Lightyear toy. Do you like that framing? I think it's cool and all, but I also think it would just been better if it was a standalone, like, this is the Buzz Lightyear universe.
Yeah, because it's hard for me to imagine, like, I have 4 nephews, right? And they're all fairly young. They're all under 13. Well, my oldest is 13, I believe. Or at least almost. I'm a bad aunt. But
I think he's 14.
no, he's almost. No. He's not. They're all young. And I can't imagine them, like, watching Star Wars or Star Trek or Stargate or SG-1 or something freaking space nerdy like that and enjoying it. Mm-hmm. Maybe my oldest, but, like...
I have a question. Because this is in the Toy Story universe, because this is the movie that Andy watched, it's CG style to us. Is it live action to them?
It's very possible.
Then this is definitely not a kid's movie. If it was actually live action, he didn't go see this as a 7-year-old.
But, like, I can't see him watching it and then falling in love with it. Because it's a good movie. It's fun. But it's not like, I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of things that I think if I were to go see a live action space movie, I'm not going to think my 6 or 7-year-old nephew is going to enjoy it. He might enjoy, like, seeing the spaceship, or, like, if something big and exciting happens, but, like, he's going to be kind of bored and not really understand what's going on. Mm-hmm. So, like, we have talked about, or at least you have talked about, Buzz Lightyear, Star Command. Yes. It would have made much more sense if Star Command had been what Andy watched to fall in love with Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, the cartoon. Because that's fun. And it actually, honestly, has a really good plot. And it just is more fun, more childlike.
Also, the aliens were rad. The ghost girl, the big fat red thing, not R2-D2.
Yeah, they were awesome. And I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine that a little Andy boy would watch this and like it.
Especially since, like, it seemed almost... Once we actually watched the movie, it's clear that, you know, it is a movie meant for family audiences to bring their kids and all that. Mm-hmm. But the moral of the story is definitely geared towards the parents. It's like, hey, guys, how about you stop everything you're doing and, like, calm down for a moment and let other people help you and do, you know, the stuff that a child does not understand. The concept of, like, wanting to be in complete control of a situation. Like, that's a thing that they intuitively just kind of do sometimes or don't do. That it's not, like, a thing that they process and consider.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that some kids would, you know, might like it, because there are some weird kids out there who are, like, ahead of their age by, like, 50 years. But... I mean, it could sink in a little, the message.
I suppose.
I mean, I watched so many things growing up that, like, had certain, you know, morals or messaging that now I look back on it and I'm like, is that why I kind of think the way I do or whatever? Because, like, as a kid, I was fed those things.
The Hollywood elites making all our kids gay liberals. Something number one.
But yeah, it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
I don't know what my next thought was going to be.
I know what my next thought is. Let's break down into our usual 3 categories. Mm-hmm. vibe and skill
and purpose. Mm-hmm.
So when we say vibe, we're talking how it made us feel, like whether we came out of it with a good energy and had a good time overall. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say solid 8 for me. It was a movie that was just fun to watch for me. I think the animation was nice. I think some of the gags were pretty funny. I actually liked Chris Evans as Buzz, even though he was kind of a prickhead.
He's Buzz Lightyear. He was a douchebag in Toy Story.
And he continues to be a bit of a d-bag in Lightyear. But like there was more depth to it. Like I just enjoyed the experience overall. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I had fun. Yeah, I think the vibe was really good. It never was like too serious, you know. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of characters and bits in there that made it, you know, a comedy basically, but also not too silly that it made it actually feel like a child's thing. So like I can see parents taking their kids and both of them enjoying it. There were children there while we were watching. I enjoyed it, and I like that kind of thing. I like, you know, like Steven Universe and Dead End and Mabel, Dipper, Gravity Falls. Those kind of things where you know, you can watch with your kids and also enjoy it. Because I feel like sometimes that's lacking. Being someone who takes care of children is quite lacking sometimes. So, yeah, I think for vibe, I would give it, is it out of 10 we're doing? Yeah. 10. I'll give it 10. 10 for vibe. I'll give it a 7.5 to 8. 8.
There we go.
8 socks. 8 socks out of 10.
8 socks out of 10. Perfect. We're in agreement. But let's go into the more... A lot of the movies we watch, they usually get a pretty high score for the vibe. Because we like to watch movies. Why the fuck would we go watch movies if we didn't enjoy watching movies, you know? But...
I feel bad for the people who don't like watching movies.
Yeah, you sad, sad folk.
People are on their, you know... watching TV and on their phones too much. You need to go outside and get fresh air and go into the woods and...
Yeah, touch the grass.
Touch the grass. Hey. I love touching grass.
I bet. It's great.
But I also like watching a movie. Sometimes it's really hot outside.
Oh my god, it's so hot. So, skill. This is where a lot of movies tend to really fuck up.
Yes.
Because, you know... the writing and the acting are kind of the main things in a movie. So when you have bad writing and bad actors, you don't have a good movie no matter how fun it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think they did a pretty good job with the writing. With the way that they wrote Buzz's character arc. It was fairly believable that it was this kind of up his own ass ace pilot. I know I'm the best at what I do kind of military guy who slowly converts into a more, I wish I had been more willing to, you know, stop and smell the roses or spend, you know, let my friends, the people I care about, be more a part of my life and help me through these things. It was surprisingly empathetic and consistent arc. And though when he, you know, confronts this issue for the first time, he doesn't immediately go, yes, I'm better now. He says, he tries to be better, fucks that up, does the bad thing again, and then at the very end is like, I remember that thing I learned for a second there. So like that's nice. That was really fun, really good to see. And of course, it's Chris Evans. He's actually a good actor, considering the range from Not Another Teen Movie to
Captain?
Captain America. No, he also did Snowpiercer and all this other shit. Like, considering that range, he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Also, Taika's in this.
Yes.
Taika Waititi.
He is Mo Morrison.
Mm.
He's one of the, sorry, my jaw was weird. He's one of the recruits. Mm-hmm. One of the people who ends up helping Buzz in the end.
Mm-hmm. Yes. They, like magic, they introduce 3 comic relief that are just perfect.
Yeah. And before that, they introduce the very first comic relief, which is just a little mechanical cat named Socks.
Yeah, Socks.
That's why I said 8 socks out of 10.
Oh.
I wasn't talking about the socks that go on your feet. I was talking about a little guy.
I'm a big dummy. You're right. God, Socks is the best.
He is the best. He's my favorite character in the movie.
He's the reason everything's saved.
Yeah, because he figured out the formula. He's a little cat, and he figured it out because he had 40 years.
And an incredible AI. They get
that little cat. The best AI they had ever created.
Yeah, so tangent, yet again. They give Buzz Lightyear, spoiler, a
companion.
Yeah.
To get over his trauma.
Yeah, it's a mental health companion robot animal because he, disappears into space for a few years here and there.
Well, he disappears for a couple minutes, but when he gets back, it's been
4 years.
It's been some time.
Yeah, light speed travel and all that. But, that's difficult to process, so they give him a support animal. But it's in the most sophisticated, AI with integrated everything. He's basically R2-D2 except a cat that can't bend its limbs.
He's really cute. And he's a weapon.
Yeah, he's also a weapon.
He has sleep darts. He has a little flamethrower thing.
Yeah, he's a full torch that can cut through steel.
He's so cute.
Socks for the win. Anyways.
Taika Waititi, I don't know if it's because he's just doing a lot more lately or what, but he keeps popping up. At least for us. He keeps popping up. Maybe when was the very first thing I had ever heard of him? It was...
For me, it was that Thor movie.
Thor?
Yeah.
I remember hearing his name in Thor. And talking to you about it and stuff. And then I think the first time I had ever watched him act was in Our Flag Means Death. Well,
technically you also watched him act in Thor.
I know, but see him in person, you know?
Yeah.
He keeps popping up though, especially after Our Flag Means Death. And I think that might be because he did gain some traction there, because that's a freaking amazing show. True. But then I started watching What We Do in the Shadows, and I realized, it's also partly created by Taika, and he is also in it. And then he was in Buzz Lightyear, and he's just been popping up in these different places that are just unexpected. Mm-hmm. It's fun.
It's a welcome surprise every time. He's good at what he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, so overall writing, I think was phenomenal. I think they did a really good job writing, and I think Chris Evans did a great job with the acting. Taika did a good job. All supporting cast did a really good job, honestly. So I'm gonna have to give it a 9. The skill level was really good.
Yeah, I think I would say 9 as well. Just because it's a really good movie. I don't think it'd be a movie that I was like, oh, you know what I want to watch right now? Lightyear.
I'm actually going to take it down a little bit to an 8. Because I think the animation was nice. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm the biggest fan of the art direction, honestly.
No?
No, I think it was kind of... they got everything they needed in there. But I think it was kind of generic. The alien planet was just kind of a big alien planet. Living trees and bugs and shit. You know? But there was nothing...
Not super original.
Yeah, there was nothing in it that I was like, ooh, look at this cool thing. And especially with animation, it seems like with animation there should be things that you can only do in animation. Like, there are some things that just aren't meant to be live action. We can see that a lot with like anime when it turns into live action. It's just like, that doesn't look right.
Yeah.
So if you are using the medium, I feel like you should take advantage of it. You do the things you can't do. I don't think they did take as much advantage as they could have. I still think it looked nice. Just, you know.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Like, they could have made things a little bit more dramatic or, like, prettier or even a little bit stranger.
Yeah.
Because they are aliens on this planet.
Yeah. Also, the lack of aliens pissed me off.
Yes, but I think that was because we have a soft spot for Star Command. And Star Command has aliens. Like, his whole crew are aliens. Obviously not all of them, but a good amount of them are aliens. And when you think of space and a foreign planet, you think of aliens. And yeah, there was the bug alien things.
Bugs.
And robots. But there were no, like, actual sentient aliens. Alien life forms.
There was one, like, suggestion of it, which was from Zed, whatever his name is.
Zorg? Zog? Zerp?
Z.
Zerg!
Zerg, you're right. It was from Zerg. He mentioned that he took the ship that he was on from a different people. Like, he encountered them, wrecked their shit, apparently, and took their ship.
Yeah.
But, like, never specifies who they were. We don't even see them. It's just kind of, like, offhandedly mentioned.
I think it was the robots.
Yeah, but someone has to have made the robots.
Yeah, I don't know, plot holes.
Yeah, who cares?
Maybe my score goes on to an 8. I'm confused now.
Alright, so that's 4 8s. You know, good going for you, Buzz. That's better than I expected by a long shot. Now, moving on to the final category. Purpose. So, despite what some may believe, if you make a thing, if you make a story, it has a meaning, a purpose, and something behind it beyond just the text. There is always subtext. Once in a while you can make that subtext text, and that can be fun too. But the point is, there's something there. And in this movie, it was clearly supposed to be someone learning to trust other people. To allow them to influence him and make everything he does better.
Yeah. But to use teamwork to allow people into his life and not be the, big tough person that he thinks he should be and, like, do everything on his own because that's the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it right without messing things up or hurting anybody else.
And, I mean, it did a really good job. Like I said a little while ago, the writing really showed a steady character development arc that made sense. The only issue I have really is that, like, in the beginning, the entire time, yeah, he's being kind of a dipshit about not letting people help him, but the people who he doesn't let help him suck. The rookie was worthless. The recruits that were helping him were also kind of worthless. Like, they had very specific skills.
Yeah, but the problem with those, the recruits that actually help him, is that they were just recruits. They were just recruited that day that the aliens attacked.
Of course.
So if he had, come upon recruits who had been training for a couple weeks or a couple months, they probably would have been a little better.
Yeah, I mean, sure, that's fair. I don't know, it just felt like their whole mission statement of, like, yeah, let people help you, let them in, people have, skills and abilities that will make you better, is important, but a little undermined by all the people in the show who are around him.
Kind of dumb.
Kind of worthless. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, okay, so Mo Morrison, Taika's character.
Name one skill he has.
He knew a lot about the engine.
Okay, yeah, he remembered the basic teaching textbook.
Buzz Lightyear didn't know any of that.
He's been gone for 50 years. Give the man a break.
And then, okay, he is a star man, whatever they called him. He's a Star boy.
Star Ranger?
Ranger, Space
Ranger. Space Ranger, of course. The most obvious thing. Space Ranger.
That's like the second time we've just looked at each other and just been saying words until we got there. That's okay. We got there. Good teamwork. But I see we learned from the movie. And then the granddaughter of his friend.
Yes.
She Izzy Hawthorne, Keke Palmer, who I only know from Disney Channel. She did seem kind of useless. She was afraid of space. Wanted to be a space ranger. But Buzz didn't think about, going to the mining facility and finding the battery that they needed to go fix the ship that they had crash landed. And the old woman, who the criminal old lady had, she knew about the cones that came down and trapped them because she had been trapped in one before because she was a criminal. And she also knew how to build explosive. Buzz didn't know how to do that. He would have just tried to punch things. You
gotta give her more credit than that. She knows how to make any 3 items explode.
That's true, which is very impressive. If she can make a paperclip, paper, and, a lock of hair explode. Those are 3 things.
Those are 3 things, you're right.
Very impressive. I don't know. Heat, the sun, fire. I don't know if it's an explosion. I don't know, man. Does it require her to also use those 3 things and, other things? Like, she can add ingredients to those 3 things?
I don't know. The one time we actually saw her make an explosive out of any 3 things, one of the things wasn't explosive.
Fair enough. But what I'm saying is that the recruits, even though they were very, very dumb,
they had to
did have a little bit of talent that Buzz didn't have.
Yeah. And Izzy, despite, having the crippling fear of space, the one thing she's being trained to go to, was also the most talented. Like, not skilled, but, talent. She could learn something real quick. Like, it looked like she was going to eventually be one of the best.
Yeah.
She just currently was a child.
Scared to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, purpose... Excuse me. I think the parents, the adults would get it. I don't know if the kids would. Maybe an older child. Excuse me. But, I don't know. 10 and younger, they might just be like, hey, that was a fun movie. Mm-hmm.
I agree. I'm going to give this a 7.
I mean, it makes sense. Especially, nowadays, there is a lot of focus on mental health and stuff. But, a circle history of events is happening with everything happening, especially today.
It's a bad day.
It's not a great day. But shoot. But even though there's a lot of focus on mental health and everything, like I said, the circle of events is coming back around, and people, I don't know, I know myself, I like to keep things to myself, unless, I really need to tell you something, so it might sink in a little bit that, oh, I should talk to my friends about things, or, let my friends help me, I don't have to do this all on my own, sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, they did have, like we said, Socks was the MVP. He's the one that helped Buzz learn to be a better person, or accept people's assistance. He's the one that helped Izzy accept that, hey, space is a thing, we just gotta have to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the second moral of the story, which is a little, harder to see, is just go to fucking therapy.
Yeah. I will say, I might switch my answer for writing.
Okay.
For skill. And I might change it to it was a 9, now it's an 8. I might make it a 7.
Okay.
Because in Star Command, I'm pretty sure his name is Zurg, is his former partner in crime, or partner in Space Ranger, who has turned to the dark side. That whole thing, Anakin and Obi. It's that sort of thing. And looking back on it, it's a great love story. And then maybe they thought, hey, one lesbian kiss is enough. We don't need anything else. But I don't know, they could have made the big guy at the end, instead of making it future Buzz Lightyear come back to the past, they could have made it more interesting. They could have made it an old acquaintance, an old friend, or they could have made it the recruit in the very beginning who maybe Buzz really got to and was really a jerk to or something. And so he would have also had that realization of I was not a good person to this kid, and now he's a villain.
Yeah. I definitely thought it was going to be the recruit. You're right. I also have to take it down.
I just think I completely forgot about him, but when he lifted off that helmet and it was just old Buzz Lightyear, I was like, oh,
disappointing. Yeah.
I'm really underwhelmed.
It was so disappointing, I did kind of forget about it.
Yeah, exactly. It should have been something different there. Something a little more tasty.
Yeah. So character writing was very good. Plot writing, not the best.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it down to 7.5.
Okay. Zurg, Zurg.
Yeah, Zurg.
Zurg.
We made this correction.
In my head when I was telling you, it was Zerg, but when I saw it, it was Zu.
Zurg.
And so I was like, we said it wrong. But no, it was right. I just had it wrong in my head. I didn't need to say any of that. Okay, so purpose, would you give it an 8?
No, I'm going with a 7.
7?
Yeah, that sounds the best I can do for that. It was good, but
I feel like it's been done.
Yeah, I feel like it's been done better.
Yeah. I'll give it a 6.5. All right, there are our scores. For vibe, it is an 8 and an 8. For skill, 7.5, 7. Purpose, 7 and 6.5.
All right, let's tally these up and see our totals. Ultimate score, across the board, 7.3333333333.
Which is better, I think, than the score. It's gone. From the score it was given by critics.
That's because we're better than critics.
Yeah, IMDb gives it 5.2 out of 10. Google users give it a 46%, and Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 76.
So we're on the scale with Rotten Tomatoes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was much better than expected, and there's a lot to love there. There are some hiccups. The plotting is not the greatest. They definitely could have gone with the recruit and really nailed their, whole theming and everything a lot better.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Yes?
Of course, it's Oklahoma. Oklahoma, a theater in Oklahoma, has posted a warning message before the gay kiss. Because
wait, during the movie? In the middle of the movie, before the
I'm not sure. I was just looking up the scores and I passed by it. If you want to learn more about it, you're going to have to look up Oklahoma and Lightyear 2022 film. But they put a warning so that people knew hey, cover your kids' eyes.
Things get a little gay.
Things get inappropriate when you see these two women touch lips for half a second.
I missed it.
And yet, our straight parents will make out in front of us and talk about how they want to bump uglies later tonight and pinch each other on the butt. So yeah, 7.3?
Yeah, 7.3 is our score.
Not too bad.
Yeah, pretty good. You can tell us if you disagree or not in the comments below. If you do disagree, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's a fun watch. You can go see it or not. Would you like to plug all of the cool things you're doing?
Yes, every Wednesday there's something coming out. Either Tales from Terra, which is a Terra Mahia actual play.
A game that Ollie has made.
It is a game I have made indeed. You can get the current beta version of it on itch.io. It is a tabletop game, so don't expect, an actual video game. You'll
need your dice.
You need your dice. But on the every other Wednesday, we put out a show called Heroes of Hysteria Sandsea Saga, in which instead of running, I play.
And who runs it?
David. David runs it. He's one of a pretty common face around here in the Delta Cryptid Productions studio, if you will. And he'll be a part of a lot of more things coming in the future.
Yes, we are slowly kind of building a team.
Yeah, expanding.
Yeah.
Also, you can expect to see more campaign diaries sporadically throughout on Fridays. Campaign diaries is just, hey, as we record and make more things, we're going to talk about how that felt and what we were thinking. And you can get to see a little backstage thought process. Yeah. So hopefully you enjoy that as well.
And a website coming soon?
Our website is out, actually. Our website is public. We have some services available. Everything from video editing, audio, mixing and editing, some what's it called? World building assistance from me and David, either or. As well as soon to be up some...
maybe. Okay, cool your jets.
Okay. Yeah, we have a bundle of things up in there, and any projects that we do also get posted there, available to, direct source through there. But that's just about everything.
Yeah. If you do want us to talk about Jack and Daxter, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I'd be down.
Yes. All right. That's everything. Thank you all for listening.
And be safe. Bye.